Hello, welcome to Sunday Thoughts, a podcast where I talk about what's on my mind. I didn't go for the high octave that time. I went for the lower octave because my voice still sounds like somebody fucking strangled me. Anyway, or maybe I did it myself. Who knows? What? What does that even mean? Anyway, hi everyone. Hello, welcome to Sunday Thoughts, the 8th episode of this wonderful series that I've decided to do, where I just ramble for literally an hour. Wow, literally an hour and a half. I mean, listen, I like it. I enjoy it. If you don't, that's fine. But if you're down to clown with it, then hey, welcome. What's been going on? How have I been? Sit rep. I mean, nothing like gigantically out of the ordinary has happened. I guess like the main thing would be that I'm trying to stream again. I'm gonna be doing that very, very soon. I meant to put ads up and I never got around to doing it, and now I don't want to do it because it seems like it'll be very like last minute, but I guess it's fine. It doesn't really matter. Like I said, for those of you who are wondering, I decided to go for an earlier schedule because, well, mainly because every time I tried to stream around like 7 to 10, that was just sort of when everybody was getting home and like everybody was already here and like doing their thing and they were all bumbling around. But usually around like early in the morning, it's more like quiet, everyone's off sort of doing their own thing, so it gives me more time. Plus, I'm going to be streaming less, significantly less. I'm only going to be streaming Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I'm only going to be streaming for like 2 hours at the most. Why? Because streaming for 3 straight hours every day was, I don't know, it wasn't bad. It was just, no, you know what? Streaming for 3 straight hours, certain days, I was counting the fucking minutes that were going by. I'm not going to lie to you. There were definitely certain days where I would just be like, fuck, man, it's only 8:30, son of a bitch. And I would still, oh my God. It wasn't like, fuck, I hate streaming. It was just like, shit, man. It was like, it was like running a race and like you're already, you went through like the first, the first turn and you went, oh, shit. I gotta do this like fucking 3 or 4 more. Fuck, man. Yeah, as you can tell, yeah, that's another thing that happened. I don't want to say over the weekend. I think it was over the weekend. I can't even remember. Sometime a few days ago, I lost my voice when I went over to my mom's house to have a gaming tournament with my friends and family. And I don't know how I lost my voice. This is the one thing that confuses the shit out of me. I don't know how I lost my voice. I haven't a clue. I remember raising my voice, but it wasn't anything to fucking warrant my voice just up and dipping on me. So I don't understand where my voice went. This is probably the first time something like, I don't know. I've never really lost my voice before, so it's a different experience to go through, and I like it. I don't know. It's something new. Leave me alone. But yeah, we played Soul Calibur. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but according to my stepdad and Tendo, I was just whooping ass, and I didn't even know. And I specifically remember having a conversation with my stepdad while I'm kicking Tendo's ass. And it was just like, it wasn't like I think I got like I'm not trying to, inflate my numbers or anything like that. Like, I specifically remember having like not even a deep conversation, but like, having an engaging conversation and then looking over and realizing that I won. And then I looked back and Tendo's got this look on his face like, did you just fucking do that? Like, what the fuck? You weren't even paying attention. How the fuck did you just do that? Although, to be fair, we were both we were both pretty lit, So, I feel as though that had a lot to do with it. Although, don't underestimate Tendo, okay? He is a very skilled fighting gamer. All right, he can kick your ass if he really wants to, and if he has the character to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I'm better than Nintendo, or Nintendo's better. No, listen, we're pretty skilled players. Okay, better watch yourselves. All right, you better fucking watch out. No, but we don't fuck around. All right. But yeah, so apparently at some point on my way, maybe I was like singing. Did I even drive home by myself last night? Not last night. I can't remember. I think I dropped Tendo off and then I drove home. I must have fucking belted my voice on the ride home. That's all I can remember. But yeah, I got home. Don't you shouldn't be drinking and driving. Listen, I understand. I completely 100% understand your concern. At the end of the day, it is not safe to do that unless you know for a fact. If you know for a fact that you cannot drive yourself home, then do not. I will not. I'm responsible enough to not put myself or anybody else that I may or may not know in any type of danger that could risk harm or their lives. That is a stupid and irresponsible thing to do, and I would never do that. Okay, that being said, I will happily drive myself home as long as I know for a fact that I can drive myself home. Also, I was with friends and family, and if I couldn't drive myself home, they would have told me that I couldn't drive myself home, and everything would have been fine. So you don't have anything to worry about. Okay, I'm a good boy, all right? If you listen closely, you can hear the halo pop up above my head, all right? I say that even though I drink. Isn't that a sin? I have no idea. But yeah, what else has been going on? I got a new, I don't want to say it because it'll activate, but I got a new home. I got a home mini. I'm happy about that. I actually got that when I was over at my mom's house playing doing the gaming tournament, because I saw it and it was so good. It was so good because like we were just talking and my neck just snapped over to it and I was like, what's that? Oh my lord. And not the horrible thing, I wanted a Google Home Mini so bad. I was thinking about it literally the night before I was gonna go to Best Buy, because I told Tendo, he's like, what do you got planned? I was like, I'm gonna go to Best Buy tomorrow to get myself either a new Alexa or a new home mini. Oh my lord. And I looked it up and I was like, I can trade in the Alexa and everything and it's gonna be great. And I was over there, and this is before the tournament started, and I saw it, and I was just like, how much? Or no, because I didn't just say how much. I'm not so fun. Yes, I would like to buy the ideas. No, but I forget what happened. I don't really remember. Listen, I low key don't remember like half. We talked about a lot of stuff though, but no, I looked. I think something happened. It was something along the lines of, I see you would like this item. And I was like, yes, I do. And he was like, and I was already set on buying it. Like, I didn't care. I was already set on buying it. And I started at, I started at 10 because I didn't know that it was unopened. And so then he raised the price to 15. And I happily did that because I would have gone into Best Buy and gotten an Alexa or a home mini for $30, and I was gonna trade in my Alexa and it would have given me 25% off, and that still wouldn't have been as good of a deal as the deal that I got from my stepdad, who gave me the home mini half off. So I made a profit. So listen, your boy knows what he's doing. All right, okay. Well, your boy's out here, all right? He's not the dullest tool in the shed, okay? He's got a little bit of watch your fingers. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, so now I have that. My circadian rhythm has also changed a lot as well. It's only because of this goddamn daylight savings that has just fucking taken me and just gone, all right, well, there you go. There you go. I don't know what that meant. All I know is it's like there were a couple days where I was waking up at 7 a.m. instead of 8 a.m. Also, I don't know why, but leave me alone, okay? If I want to wake up at 8 in the morning for no reason, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Also, I like waking up early and getting a jump start on the day. I like making videos and such, alright? Do you know how satisfying it is to look at the clock and it's only like 9 a.m. and you've already got like the first video down and you're about to get the second video down? and you've got like the entire rest of the day to edit and shit, like you're fine. And it's amazing. And I love it. It's heckin' rad. Anyway, what in the world? What in the ring? I don't know. The turnbuckle. Hold on. What is it? We're gonna get Irish whipped into the turnbuckle. There we go. Fuck me. Put on your knee pads and lace up your boots, boys. It's time for the turnbuckle. So we're starting off with Raw, where Charlotte and Natalya. Before we go any further, why is Charlotte and Natalya a tag team now? Where did that come from? What's the point of that? Why did they just fucking Rudolph us? Unless I hear a decent tag team name for Charlotte and Natalya. What is it? Natty by nature? Wait, no. Hold on. Isn't that already a thing? Never mind. What should they be called? Alright, we got the Nature Foundation. I don't know. The Nature Foundation beat the Kabuki Warriors. Why? They're literally the tag team champions. Why? Why did they beat them? Why did Asuka tap out to the sharpshooter? Asuka should be fucking whipping everybody's ass. She should be spitting the mist. What is going on? What is it with WWE and having an actual decent tag team, and they just get fucking railed by some fucking ragtag team? This makes no sense. Why was Braun and Seth put in a tag team? Why were Seth and Braun the tag champs at one point? I don't give a shit about Rudolph. Why did Rudolph beat the tag champs? Who did Rudolph beat? I can't remember. I don't care. I'm more angry at the fact that the WWE... This doesn't make any sense, but it makes no sense. It literally doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. I don't get it. No matter how fucking many times I will look at this, I genuinely don't fucking understand it. Somebody help. Why are we throwing like random fucking tag teams together, and why are they actually taking out opponents? It's a random tag team. There should be no fucking chemistry between Charlotte and Natalya. Don't they hate each other? I don't understand what's going on. Somebody help. Somebody help me. I sound like a fucking butthurt Mark. But like it just doesn't make sense. Hello? Am I brain dead? I don't understand. I'm so confused. I don't understand. My brain, but I'm just trying to figure this out. That's all I'm trying to do. I just want to know, why are Charlotte and Natalya? That's like me tag teaming with a Rock, not the Rock, a Rock, and going, I'm in a tag team now, and I just throw the Rock. I just pelt people with this baseball-sized rock, and they all get concussions. And me and the Rock, the Ed and Rock connection, we become the tag team champions because it's just me and a fucking Rock. And I'll break kneecaps and shit, and I'll pin them for like the 1, 2, 3, and I'll get the belt because you can't beat me. I have a Rock in my hand. It's kind of like that, even though it probably isn't. It's just Charlotte and Natalya, who don't like each other, but apparently they have enough chemistry together to the point where like they can actually be a coherent tag team and actually win matches together. I mean, on one hand it makes sense because it's Charlotte and Natalya. Charlotte knows how to wrestle, Natalya wrestles. I'm sure Natalya's a good. I'm sure Natalya's a good. I'm sure she's nice. I'm sure she is, but Anyway, that's mean. No, that's really mean. Natalya. I'm not gonna listen. For all intents and purposes, I'm not gonna say she's like a 5-star wrestler, but listen, she's a lot better than some. I'll tell you that right now. She's a lot better than some. Anyway, Natalya and Charlotte, they know how to wrestle, which I guess makes sense. You know what I mean? Like they're They obviously... Wow! My brain just died. Did you hear that? Jesus Christ. They know how to wrestle, so it makes sense that they would beat other wrestlers in a tag team match, but these are the tag team champions. So for the tag team champions to essentially be less good than some ragtag tag team that came together, it just doesn't make any sense to me. So I don't understand it. All right. Also, Ray's gonna take on Brock at Survivor Series. So Ray was like, "Oh, I need to fight for Kane's honor or whatever the fuck," and now it's gonna be Ray versus Brock. It's gonna be Ray versus Block. Yeah, he's gonna fight a big block that looks like Brock, and it's gonna be on a street block. So he's gonna be fighting Block on a block who looks like Brock. I don't know. He's gonna throw a rock. Anyway, am I all right? I didn't have anything to drink last night. Am I okay? Anyway, it was supposed to be Survivor Series was supposed to be Adam Cole versus The Fiend versus Brock Lesnar, and everybody was waiting for Adam Cole to get fucking flung around. I mean, I wasn't. I figured that they were gonna make Adam look strong because he is the NXT champion, and I mean, but if you told me that, rock paper scissors, Fiend beats Brock, but Brock beats Adam, but Adam beats The Fiend, and The Fiend, So it's I wanted to be sort of like that, where everybody is like evenly matched against like someone else. So like The Fiend is like fucking up Brock, and Brock's fucking up Adam, but Adam's fucking up The Fiend, and like, that sort of deal. What else? I mean, that was supposed to be the match, but now Ray sort of jumped in there. And I was watching the Cultaholic podcast. I think it was Mafu who made... Should it be Matt? I'll just call him Matt. Matt made a good point where Ray was... Like 3 weeks ago, Ray was talking about retiring, and now he's in a fucking title match with Brock Lesnar. So, I mean, listen, Ray's allowed to do whatever he wants, alright? I'm not gonna question Ray. I'm not going to make the same mistake I did last episode where I just didn't fucking drink anything for an hour. Also, can we talk about... So Seth's got a bit of a sad face because he lost to Bray, and now Brock is back on top of Raw again. And he's like, oh, I'm not the Universal Champion anymore, and now Brock's back, and, all the time that I spent, whipping Brock's booty and getting Brock out of here and becoming, like, the face of the Raw, I don't fucking know. Now he's upset. So then Triple H comes out, and they talk about how he can help him get him out of his funk, because he's like, I need a little bit of... Anyway, he's like, I need a little bit of help, and Hunter's like, I know what can help you. Maybe you come on back down here. Maybe come to NXT. Maybe I finesse. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I give you a little push. You know what I mean? Maybe you go down there and you fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? You get crafty. Make a drafty down there. You know what I'm saying? And Seth is like, no. And then he challenges Adam Cole for the NXT Championship. And I put it on my notes. Fuck off, Seth. First of all, I would love to go down that. Not down. I would love to go across to NXT. I love NXT. NXT is doing like far better than Raw or SmackDown because NXT actually has developing stories with like amazing wrestlers, and like the overall style and atmosphere is like fantastic. Like Triple H knows how to run a show. Okay? Triple H knows what he's doing. Right? So the fact that Seth is here and he's like, nah, I don't want to do that, but I will fight your best boy. It's like, what? What's the point? I don't really understand. I don't know. Seth, wait. Because that was for the NXT Championship, right? Hold on. I need to see a Raw recap. I need to see this. That is not even what I was trying to fucking look up. Hold on. Can I... Raw results. Hold on. Let me see. Name first member. Wow. Who cares? Is this a video? Okay. So, this Tag Team Championship match. Wait, what is this? Hold on. Take from... Oh! That's the tape thing. I completely forgot about that. The Manchester Raw tapings. I was on right because SmackDown. Oh my lord, we're talking. No. I want last week's Raw, not this week's Raw. Oh no, how do I go to last week's Raw? Oh dear, we jumped ahead. We jumped the gun. I didn't mean to do that. Oh right, okay, because they were talking about because it's supposed to be Becky Lynch and right. Okay, so it is the NXT. It was an NXT Championship match. Wow, that took me a while to fucking. I just wanted to be sure. I don't know why Seth was like, I don't want to go down to NXT, but I will take on Adam Cole for the NXT title. Seth, what would you have done if you would have won? What, you would have just stayed up on Raw and had all the NXT guys come on to Raw to fight you? That doesn't make any sense. If you would have won, would you have changed your mind? If that was the case, you're selfish because all you want is the belt. So I don't understand your logic in this scenario, Seth. Why do you not want to go down to NXT, but you're happy to fight one of the champions? That doesn't make sense. I don't understand. It's like, I'll commit a crime, but I don't want to go to jail. It's like, all right, well, then what did you commit the crime for? It's like, well, because I wanted to commit the crime. I want the belt. I want to fight Adam Cole for the belt, and I obviously want to win. Okay, but the belt is for the roster that you don't want to go on. So if you had won the belt, but you don't want to go on the roster, what would be the point of getting the belt? So it doesn't make. I don't understand it. Which brings me back to my one point. Fuck off, Seth. Like, you're not making any sense. Is it me? Because I'm looking at this and I don't understand the logic behind that whole endeavor. Oh, by the way, the OC won a trophy. They didn't win the titles. It was a trophy. I made that mistake last week, and I thought it was for the tag titles because I was like, why the fuck would they fight for a fucking trophy again? No one wants the trophy. But no, it's for the titles. And then, so now to go back to this fucking storyline that just doesn't seem to end with Rusev and Bob and Lana. So Rusev doesn't care that Lana's with Bobby, right? He just wants to bop it. You know what I'm saying? He just wants to. But Rusev just wants to, you know, lay the smackdown on Bobby, and then Bobby comes out and is apparently totally comfortable with saying he tore his groin from boinking Lana, which I don't think is true. I think he was joking. So I guess he didn't actually tear his groin, but that doesn't. Hey Rusev. Hey Rusev. Yeah, I went to the doctor yesterday. You did? Yeah. For guess what? Guess what I went to the doctor for? For a routine checkup? No. Guess again. You had a sore wrist or something? I don't know. I tore my groin. Oh. What? Okay. Guess how I did it? I don't want to know. I fucked your wife, Rusev. Yeah, I boinked her. I put it in her. Thanks, Bob. Thank you. You don't have to, Lana. It's all right. Sorry, sweetheart. I don't. It's fine. Me and Rusev. I mean, me and Bob. Me and Bob are fucking. We're fucking right now, Bob. I mean, Rusev. There's too many names. Hell. So, and then Rusev and Bobby slap each other around some more in a match where, so I forget what happened. I forget, it was along the lines of like, Lana was like, yada, 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 fuck you, I'm gonna make Drew McIntyre fight you. And then that's what happened. And then, they start fighting around, and then after the match, Bobby whacks Rusev with the crutch that he came out on. And then he started like beating him up. And then my favorite part is where, because I think Rusev's on the steps. Rusev is against the steel steps, and Bobby's like, you know, papping him with the crutch. And Drew looks at this, and he just like throws his hands at him and then walks away, which is a good representation of how everybody feels about this feud. You remember the terrible feud where Bobby and Sammy got into it? I can't remember what the feud was about, but It was just Sammy getting angry at Bobby for some stupid reason, and Bobby just like, beating up Sammy easily because it's Bobby Lashley and it's Sami Zayn, and Sammy hasn't actually been in a decent feud or any type of wonderful storyline that actually accentuates, or what's the word? You get the idea. That actually fucking like propels his character and his actual fucking skill since he was in like NXT, or since he was actually having decent like rivalry matches with Kevin Owens. Now he's just fucking Shinsuke Nakamura's fanboy, and that's literally it. Like, he hasn't been in a single match in like months. He's on TV, and to a certain extent, I mean, I'd be pretty happy if I was constantly on TV, because it means every time I travel and get on a plane and take the car ride and all that shit, I don't have to worry about being like, I have to drive like 8 hours for nothing, because I'm not going to be on the show. So I don't understand the point of me even going up there. But he does get to be on TV, which is fine. But the horrible thing is that, like, with this new Fox deal bringing in fans and like potential new fans who saw Sammy before he was in NXT or anything, or even the fans who knew Sammy even before he went to NXT when he was still in Ring of Honor, like, seeing him now, it's just like, fuck, man. Like, he hasn't wrestled like at all, and like, he's now in a very compelling storyline with Daniel Bryan, and I'll get to that. But I don't know. It's just, I don't know, Sammy. Like, you gotta do something else, bro. Like, you got, something's gotta happen, man. I don't know, man. It's weird. Anyway, but I just thought, going back to the whole Drew McIntyre thing, I just thought that was funny. That Drew McIntyre was like, this is fucking stupid. Anyway, so over on NXT, the OC, before the show starts, beat up NXT. Also, did anyone sorry, did anyone see that part where, I forget who, I think it was Carl, threw Kyle into like the side of a truck, and like it was a big blood splatter. It was like a big blood splatter, but something, was that what that was? Because I remember hearing about like some brown stuff, and people were like, is that chewing tobacco or something? Is that what that was? I thought it was blood. Oh, that's chewing tobacco. That's disgusting. I hope that's not chewing tobacco. That's nasty. So then, there's a 6-man tag match being made. Now, I was confused. Now, see, when they came out, because I fucking loved them when the OC came out, like, because the OC are now being built up again as a very, like, intimidating, incredible tag team now. So they came in and they were like roughing up the people on the ring side and everything, and they were saying how, like, they were fucking shitting on NXT and everything and all that, and then Ciampa came out and he was like, something main roster, he was like, this is the main roster, and I was like, yeah. But I was confused, because I was like, why is Riddle, Lee, and Ciampa just running around together? And I was like, oh, they're in War Games, so never mind. And then, so then there's a tag match made with the OC against Ciampa, Riddle, and Lee. It's a fucking barn burner. We'll get to that. Oh, no, never mind. That was the only thing. I was about to say, I can't remember if I did anything else. But no, so it's a fucking, like, that match is so goddamn good, because it's Keith Lee, Matt Riddle, Tommaso Ciampa, AJ Styles, and the Good Brothers. So of course it's going to be good. During the match, right, Finn comes out. I think it was when, I think it was when Styles had Ciampa in the middle of the ring. And that was when, and then, so Finn comes out. It was when Styles had Ciampa in the middle of the ring. He 1916's Riddle on the outside. And then him and Styles trade looks to each other. Like, Styles does the too sweet and Finn Balor does the finger guns. I thought for a moment that was going to be Finn turning on AJ, and like, oh my god, can you fucking imagine? But I took the finger gun thing as like a cue for somebody to come in, and I thought that's what's gonna happen, but it didn't happen. So, what else happened? So, him and Styles trade looks at each other before Styles goes for the Styles Clash on Ciampa, but he doesn't get to, because Cole comes out, And then he slides into the ring and he fucking super kicks Styles between Ciampa's legs, like, the setup for the Styles Clash, like, he kicks him between his legs, and it was fucking amazing. And then he hits Ciampa with a running knee, and then the show ends with Finn and Cole staring at each other. I don't know what that means. Does that mean that Finn... I don't think that means Finn is gonna join Undisputed Era. I doubt it. I mean, if they added... I feel like that would be too many people, but at the same time, it would create a decent stable. Like a stable instead of like 4 where you can have like interchanging tag teams. Now it's like a stable where there's like a lot of people here. So when they roll up, it's like, oh fuck. You know what I'm saying? So NXT, pretty fucking good. I like NXT. Okay, never mind. I was about to say. Anywho, so over on SmackDown, I don't know if I said over on NXT. But if I didn't, over on NXT, the OC and all that. I'm sorry. That seems so lazy. I just, I want to throw it in just in case. So then, all right, over on SmackDown, Corbin comes out. This was the Manchester SmackDown, because I forgot, because I was really confused, because I was like, I saw on Reddit the spoilers for SmackDown and Raw, and I was like, how is it a spoiler for SmackDown and Raw if Raw hasn't happened yet? And then I saw that it was a taping, and then the taping was leaked, so there were spoilers. I saw it, I glanced the spoilers, but I didn't actually look. I don't know if... Also, I'm hearing that the Manchester taping has been canceled now, so I don't know if anything that happened on the taping is now canon or not. I have no idea. I mean, that could mean, that's anything at this point, you know what I'm saying? So, over on SmackDown, Corbin comes out and he makes fun of Roman. Alright, and then he pulls up Roman's logo. You know the dog? He pulls up Roman's logo on the Tron and makes it bark like a chihuahua. Like, he's got like a tiny bark. And then he says his testicles have shrunk to him. He says Baron didn't just come out and say, help me, I've taken so many steroids, my testicles have shrunken. Baron comes out and says Roman's testicles have shrunk to marbles, and then tries to call him out. But then he doesn't even show up. I don't know if this is 100% true, because but I do remember writing it down. I don't write it down like a day after. Like, I write it down the moment that I like read about it or hear about it. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he tries to call out Roman and he doesn't come out. And the crowd didn't like this. It was nothing. Like, usually, like it was, oh my lord. I watched it, and the part where yeah, because he didn't come out, did he? The part where Baron like ends his whole spiel, and he just leaves the ring, and the crowd are just dead. It's like, oh Baron, it's just jeepers, man, Lord have mercy. So that was something. And then it was Roman versus King Corbin, and of course Roman won. I didn't even see the match. I didn't even see the entire match, but of course Roman won. Then Imperium invades SmackDown by attacking Heavy Machinery, and then Walter comes out and he gets a nice pop. So that's good. That means people are watching NXT UK. Also, there's a possible Fiend and Daniel Bryan view. Now I want to talk about this because the Fiend attacked Daniel Bryan, and a lot of people were speculating this is good because if anybody remembers way back when, Daniel Bryan betrayed the Wyatt family. Remember when he was in the steel cage match with Bray initially, and he got that massive pop and he started fucking him up and everything like that, you know what I mean? So if that is to be the case, this is going to be a good feud because Daniel Bryan is fucking amazing, and so is the Fiend. And I know the promos between them two are going to be great. The only thing is that I don't know if the WWE are clever enough to actually implement that into the story. I think it's just Daniel Bryan was another credible opponent to have, so they were just like, we'll just throw Daniel Bryan in there, fuck it. And that was about it. I don't want Daniel to win this because I'm sure he's not going to win. Like, Daniel doesn't really need the belt right now. He's floating around. I don't want to say he's floating around in the upper mid card, but he's still relevant on the main card, so they're still acknowledging the fact that he's obviously like a main roster guy. So they're not trying to like, you know, have him slink back down to like the upper mid card or the mid card or anything like that. He's still hovering, which is good. Which is why he's getting put into another title feud, and the Fiend is a good you know, opponent for Bryan, especially for the title and everything. I don't know when the match is going to take place, but I just know that it's starting now. I doubt it's going to be for Survivor Series, unless, well, I don't know how far Survivor Series I don't know how far away Survivor Series is. I wish they would go back to doing that thing. Do you remember way back in like the early 2000, not the early 2000, like the late, like 2000, like 10, 2011, where in, like, remember the stage, right? And on like the Minitron underneath the Titantron, they had the next pay-per-view, and they had like a little countdown, like so-and-so days until Elimination Chamber and stuff. I wish they would bring that back, you know? Just to remind everybody, you know what I mean? Unless they do, I have no fucking idea. But anyway, so it was because, and it took the whole feud starting thing took place before, no, it took place after Sammy was talking to Bryan. I forget what, I think it was, he said something like, hey, join me and Shinsuke. I don't really know how to feel about that, because I can see if it was like Undisputed Era, where like, you know, like 4 out of 5 of them have the gold, or like, you know, one of them has the gold, but like they all equally wrestle the same amount, so like they're actually like built up as a credible tag team. Sammy hasn't wrestled, Shinsuke wrestles, which is fine, but I just feel as though that if Sammy was put in decent matches, right, he doesn't have to win a title, but as long as Sammy is built up as this actual decent wrestler, right? And then Shinsuke was built up as this decent, unstoppable wrestler who nobody can take the title from, then I would be like, yes, Bryan, you have to join them, because then they could be a SmackDown stable, because it's an NXT stable, and then we can have like a decent, we can have a decent SmackDown stable, because then we could, I don't know, it could be somebody against the New Day, who knows? Also, the New Day are tag champs again. Why? Now the Revival don't get to go to Survivor Series now. What? The Revival doesn't get to go to Survivor Series. Even though they were already like put on the card, because it was supposed to be the tag champs, right? Who are the Raw Tag Team Champions? I can't even remember. Hold on. Jesus Christ, somebody yell at me. Raw Tag Team. Who are they? Oh, right, it's the Viking Raiders. I completely forgot. I was so angry. I wanted to see that match, too. Because it was all NXT dudes, wasn't it? I think, right? Yeah. It was the NXT champions. Or the NXT... Is it the Undisputed Era? NXT tag... next. No. NXT... No, not NXY. NXT tag team champions. Yeah, Undisputed Era. That would have been such... I was so looking forward to that match. That would have been such a good match. Are you kidding? I'm so angry. That match would have been so good. And now it's the New Day. And now that match... I'm not going to sit here and say that the New Day aren't good wrestlers. They are. But I feel as though that match would have been so much better had the New Day just, like, stayed out of it. And that's nothing against Big E. That's nothing against Xavier. It's nothing against Kofi. But, oh, man, I'm so upset that happened, bro. I'm so upset. I don't understand the point. I don't know. What's the point? I don't know. I don't know, man. Also, Sasha's got a new remix to her song, and now it's got Snoop Dogg in it, and that shit fucking bops, boys. That's a good fucking... Isn't that what the kids say? That's a good bop or some shit. It's a good song. It actually, but no, really though, it is actually pretty decent. So, that's pretty good. Now they both have remix. Now her and Bayley have remixes to their song. Wrestlers who don't need the titles to be like decent wrestlers, but are still decent wrestlers because they're actually decent wrestlers are wrestlers I can get behind. All right, people like Johnny Gargano and The Fiend and Daniel Bryan and maybe even Seth Rollins to a certain extent. You know, sorry, I keep in the mic. And Zack Ryder and Sami Zayn and who else? Who's like decent wrestlers who like don't even need the title? Like Randy Orton doesn't need the title. He does not need the title now. He doesn't. You don't even have to give Randy the fucking title. And you know what I'm upset about? Randy actually wanted to team with the Revival. I remember when I read that the other day. Randy actually did want to have Legacy 2.0. And he didn't get it. And I would have loved for Randy to go on a fucking, like, just a fucking tear through the SmackDown roster with Legacy 2.0. I would have loved that. I don't think I was the first person to call him Legacy 2.0. I'm just gonna throw that out there. But man, I would have loved that. That would have been great. And knowing the fact that like Randy was just as behind it as I was, and probably a lot more people, I was like, oh man, that's annoying. But yeah, I'm kind of upset about that. But yeah, Sasha's new music is pretty good. Also, Tyson comes out because that guy's not leaving, is he? I mean, I can't remember who it was. Was it him or was it Kane who signed a multi-year contract? Unless it was both of them. And if it's both of them, then oh fuck me, man. I don't know how to feel about that. Like I don't hate him. I don't hate Tyson. I have no reason to. But it's like he's just there, ain't he? He's just there, ain't he? Just to be a big man who can beat people up, ain't he? He's not really there to like wrestle, is he? I mean, he's not actually a wrestler. Like, barely anybody fucking knows who this clown is. He's not a clown. He will actually eat me. But, like, he's just there, ain't he? Like, Vince McMahon was like, you're big, and you're part of a different promotion that if I put you on my promotion, I would get money for more views and clicks and shit like that. Just come on here. I don't know. So Tyson comes out. He gets a pop, which I mean, I don't know. Listen, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Tyson comes out. He gets a pop. Braun comes out. Says he wants to tag with him. He wants to start a tag team with him, and it was just a lot of like, hey, we're big, we're mean, we're scary. Let's be a tag team together, and that was literally it. And then, and it was really stupid. Because he was like, you'd have to be really stupid to come out here and challenge us. And then the B team comes out. Hey, you know that really funny thing in like TV shows where they say, boy, I sure hope this doesn't happen. And then it happens, or it's like, oh, what kind of idiot would hang a milk box from a street? And then it cuts to like an idiot hanging a milk box from a street. I don't know. That's kind of what happened. So then the B team came out. Because it's the B team and they just got to get squashed. And hey, remember that the B team are a tag team? Do you remember that? I hate wrestling. I hate wrestling, man. Fuck me. Oh, by the way, in case you guys didn't know, the B stands for fearless. Well, technically they're right because B can stand for brave. So there you go. Don't say you don't learn anything. All right. So now we're gonna go on to that's kind of everything that happened. Like I don't like talking about like every match because I did that and it went on for like way too long. Also like some of the matches it doesn't really matter, you know. But so over on AEW, right? Cody cut a promo. Apparently, it was a promo that his dad cut. And unfortunately, when his dad cut the promo, it wasn't as significant because everybody just kept chanting him. But when he cut it, everybody was listening. And it was basically in tandem to the promo that his dad was cutting. And then, so there are two things. First thing, he said if he loses at Full Gear, he's not going to challenge for the title anymore. And he also said something about like Oh fuck me. He was like, if the Young Bucks go against the Inner Circle, I think, or something like that. He was like, it'll be a match beyond, which was a reference to, I can't remember. It was like a reference, like a stipulation or something like that. Don't quote me. Please don't quote me. Don't eat my head off either, please. I'm trying to remember, all right? Leave me alone. I wrote it down. I didn't write everything down. The Match Beyond thing that caught me by surprise. I didn't know about the Match Beyond thing. I also didn't know about the promo that compared to the promo that his dad made as well. So that was new. That was new knowledge to me. Then Jericho makes a parody that mocks Cody's Full Gear promo. They had Virgil on there. There was like a fucking. There was some reference. It was the one girl. It was the what girl? The one one woman who was on there. It was like somebody's church friend or something like that. I didn't get that reference. So, like I said, I just found out about it, and like I didn't know who the fuck Soul Train Jones was until I realized it was Virgil. So, but yeah, and then they were like, and then Sammy Guevara was like, Cody's like in the prime of his life, and he's the youngest AEW champion, which is true technically. And then there was this moment where Pac was fighting, I want to say Darby Allin, but I don't know if that's true. Now, to this day, I don't fully know why, but apparently Pac was wrestling somebody, and he went for the cover, and the ref kind of 1, 2, and then stopped. And the only reason why he stopped, and it was weird, because the dude didn't kick out. And Pac didn't get up, and no one's put their arms on the rope or anything. The ref just stopped. And it was just one of those painful moments because the whole crowd counted 3 and then went, what? And it was just really weird. I have no idea what happened. I tried looking it up. I didn't look it up. I'm not going to lie to you. I feel bad for not looking it up. Hold on. I don't know what's a ref doesn't count 3 at AEW. I don't know. The roof. Hold on. Yeah, I don't really know what was up with this. No, that's not what I wanted. This isn't the right one. There we go. Rice. Okay. Or Bryce. Jesus Christ. Bryce Remsburg. Yeah. No, fuck off. Since launch of Dynamite, former WWF Jimmy Corderas even said the fans will be outraged at the same time officially. So when AEW's Wrestling Inc. caught up with it, I say we're trying our hardest. There have been measures taken to ensure that it gets a little better. But what happened? It's been addressed. It's going to get better. The tags are an issue. It hasn't maybe been said enough that they get a 10 count. Tag team wrestling is kind of the bread and butter. I don't understand. This has nothing to do with him. Oh, never mind. This didn't even have anything to do with it. Son of a bitch. At how lenient referees they are. Hold on. Here we go. I think this was it. Yeah, it was Trent Beretta. He was fighting Trent Beretta. Trent didn't kick out. However, the ref stopped his count at 2. No doubt this was awkward. Yeah. I don't really know why. According to Dave Meltzer in Wrestling Observer Newsletter, a major lack of communication is to be blamed for the misunderstanding. Which came with a commercial break, and the ref needed and the finish needed to happen live on television. Apparently, the match was supposed to go longer, but the finish needed to end while the cameras were on. Trent and Pac set up the finish. Supposedly, this was going to be the Black Arrow. However, nobody communicated this to the ref, who was still expecting the pre-planned finish. When the ref stopped the count, Pac quickly transitioned into the Black Arrow for the win. In most situations like this, the ref is taught to count the pin like a true sporting contest. Obviously, this didn't happen. As folks viewing at home, clearly an awkward situation. To a lot of folks in the live crowd, it appeared Pac just popped up and didn't want the ref to count out. This is why many of the fans were booing. Pac is billed as a bastard, and this action would have fit with his character when he punished his opponent more. Unfortunately, the botch created a poor ending to what was otherwise an outstanding match. Meltzer gave the match 3 3/4 stars. He said it would easily have been 4 stars if not for the ending. Kudos to Pac for ad-libbing quickly. However, that means to limit these mistakes and continue to move forward on live TV. It's fine. It was a miscommunication. I completely understand. All right, so it was a lot of like, so it was just the fact that they were just trying to do the match before the commercial. I understand, because you remember back when like they did the first ever pay-per-view, it was like All Out or something like that, and like they had to like speed up the finish because they only had like a certain amount of time left on the show, so they had to like finish it up really quickly, because they even mentioned it when the show ended. This isn't anything against anybody. The ref shouldn't get blamed for this. The ref didn't know. The ref had no idea. So because he was going up with the ref was going with the pre-plane finish. Then Pac and Beretta. So Pac knew, but the ref didn't. So you can't really blame anybody, but at least we know now. Now we know. I'm glad I read it. I should have read it, but I read it now, so now nobody can get mad at me. So that's apparently what happened. All right, yeah, but that's really not that big of a deal. It's fine. I mean, it doesn't really matter. But anywho, now we can finally step out of the ring and head on over to the actual podcast, which, like, Mamma Mia, is already an hour in. So, But anyway, so this episode is all about traveling. Okay, it's all about inspiration. All right, and it's all about good video games, because episode 5 was about bad video games. So this episode, I want to talk about some good video games. So, there's a lot of places that I want to go, right, in terms of traveling. I want to go to a lot of different places. Some of them are in the U.S., some of them are out of the U.S., like, or some New York. Okay, I want to go to New York. Just because it's close by, there's a lot of things you can do in New York. You know what I mean? I want to go to. Do I want to go to Florida? No, I'm sorry, Florida. I kind of want to go. I want to go to Minnesota so I can meet Dodd. Yes, you're right. I mean, yes, you heard me correct. I want to go to Minnesota so I can meet Dodd. Honestly, that's kind of why I just want to travel, just so I can meet everybody who I know, like, across the map. I just wish Minnesota. Hold on, how far away is Minnesota? Hold on. Dodd, how far away do you live? Minnesota. Minneapolis, Minnesota. I don't know how far it is. Hold on. You have to see. It's loading. It's 19 hours. All right. So, that's a far trip. I can take a plane now. Doesn't really matter. Anywho, Minnesota. I want to go there. I want to go to California. I want to go up north. I'd like to go to Colorado. If there was any place that I feel as though I would want to move, like to live indefinitely, I would want to go to Colorado. Because I love the cold, and that's it. That's literally it. I want to go to Colorado because it's cold. That snow is really going to fucking annoy the hell out of me, but I want to go to Colorado. Where else? I mean, there isn't really many places I want to go in the U.S. other than, let's see. I would like to go to D.C. It would be nice to take a trip up to D.C. Where else? What are some of the... Vegas? I've never been to Vegas before. I'd like to go to Vegas. I know that it's really hot, so maybe not in the summer. I don't know if that would even help, to be honest. What else? Where else would I like to go? Let me think. I'm trying to think. I mean, there isn't really other places. I don't know. Just anywhere but Delaware, to be fairly honest. Delaware doesn't really have anything interesting going on, so maybe not, just anywhere but Delaware, to be fair. Where else? I mean, that's about it in the U.S., to be fairly honest. Obviously, I want to go to Japan. I want to go to the UK. I'd like to go to Germany. I want to go to Italy. I want to go to France. Nice places. Travel abroad. See the rest of the world, because I don't just want to be cooped up in the corner of my room talking into my microphone for the next 3 years, But yeah, I'd like to go to those places. The only thing that really made me want to travel is just the fact that like I said, I don't want to really be cooped up, I I want to go out and I want to see the world, and I want to try new things, and I want to experience a lot of different things, you know. I want to see like some monuments. Like I want to see the Eiffel Tower, you know. I want to see the Arc de Triomphe, you know. I want to take a walk in Italy on like our nice, I don't know, I want on like, you know, like a really nice like street. I want to eat in an Italian place. I don't fucking know. I want to see the Colosseum. What else? I want to go to London. I just want to go all over London, to be fairly honest with you. Just be in London, see the London Eye, Big Ben and all that. You know, Big Ben and what have you. You know what I mean? I also just want to go to London so I can just try on my London accent. That's kind of also the reason why. Not really. I'm pulling a funny. If I had the money, I would travel all the time. Like, I would be all over the place. I would rarely come back to Delaware. Like, I would be all over the place all the time. And I would love it because I would vlog it. I would vlog the shite out of that. And it would be great. And it's one thing that I'm trying to do. And I feel as though that I'm making an excuse I feel as though that I'm just trying to low-key say, like, oh, I don't want to travel because I'm scared. And it's not that I'm scared. I don't know why, but I know it's not that I'm scared, because that's stupid. What am I afraid of? I would have nothing to be afraid of. I guess it's just me leaving my house, but that sounds like some hermit shit, and I'm not a fucking hermit. I'm just a homebody, you know? If I have no reason to leave my house, then I'm not gonna. That only made it worse. It's not that I'm scared. It's that I just don't want to leave my house because I would rather just be sitting here at my desk. Jesus Christ. Oh, boy. Oh, Lord. I'm going to move on. That just made it. No, I can't move on. I do want to go. Why don't I want to go? It's just money, honestly. I think it's just money. Because it's the only legitimate reason that I can think about. And before anyone says, Ed, I went to New York with 2 pennies and managed to stay an entire month there because I'm better than you, or I have to one-up you because I can't go 5 minutes without telling somebody how good I am at living my life. Hey man, that's all well and good. I'm glad you went to New York with like $50 and then, you know, turned it into like a bagillion. That's great, but you know, I don't know. I know I'm going to spend money when I get up there, and I would rather have a nice cushion, you know, to spend the money so that, you know, I don't come back broke, or I don't stay up there and then get broke while I'm up there. But I doubt that, you know, especially if I'm going up there to visit, unless I'm just going up there and I'm just fucking going hog wild while I'm up there. But I doubt it. But yeah, if I had to narrow down where I would want to go, to like top 5 places, it would be the top 5 places I just specified would be the UK, it would be France, Germany, Italy, and Japan. Because those are like the most eccentric places and the places where if I went, I would need more than a weekend. I wouldn't say, going back to Colorado, I wouldn't say that's my dream place to live. It would have to be a place that, like, if I went, I would have to look at it and go, because I would have to think about it for long term, like, how much is the housing here? You know, can I afford to live here? Well, no, it's a dream place, isn't it? I shouldn't be worried about how much it costs. Where would I want to live? It wouldn't be Japan. I don't know. Japan is a place that you can visit. I don't think I would live in Japan. I would probably, I don't know. Where would I live? I'd probably live in the UK. I'd probably live in the UK, just so it isn't too much of a culture shock. I feel like I know enough about the UK and the people in it to where if I went there, I would be comfortable. You know, because if someone dropped me in Japan, I'd be like, fuck me, what do I do? Or if somebody dropped me in France, I wouldn't know what to do because I don't speak I don't speak the language there and everything like that. And, you know, they don't really, it's not necessarily like a place where if I just popped up there, I'd be like, oh, great. So, you know, I probably want to live in the UK. I'm sure there's like wonderful places to live in the UK, so that's where I would probably go. Landmarks. in a lot of different areas. That's a weird transition. I'm not good at segues, man. You gotta excuse me. There's a couple landmarks that I wanted to see. I want to see the Berlin Wall. I'd like to see the Berlin Wall. What else? I want to see the Eiffel Tower. That would be nice. I just want to see Italy. Honestly, it isn't even anything particular in Italy. I just want to go to Italy just to see it. Just to look at all of the wonderful areas and the wonderful roads and all of the nice people and the wonderful cultured restaurants and everything like that. And the fact that everyone's driving around on Vespas. You know, I doubt that that's, you know, the stigma, but still. I'd like to see the Arc de Triomphe. You know what I mean? Just so I can go there and go, hey, look, that's the Arc de Triomphe. And then leave, literally, buy plane ticket, go to France, see that, leave. That's all I'd need. Just like Germany, I'd want to see, like, are there any fucking, I'm sure there's a bunch of monuments in Germany. Honestly, I would just go to, but I mean, landmarks. In terms of landmarks, what would there be? I'd want to go to Chicago and see the Big Bean. The big metal bean. I don't know why. I would just like to see that. What else? Oh my god. Hold on. Hold on. Landmarks. What are some landmarks? No, not in Wilmington. Fuck off. I don't want to see that. Wow, a train station. Wow. That's a fucking point of interest in landmarks. It's a fucking train station. I wouldn't really count Rodney Square as I mean, that's up to you. You can count a landmark. I mean, you can. I mean, that's if you want to. If you want to count. I'm trying to find landmarks. Try national landmarks. Hold on. National landmarks. What do we have? Oh yeah, Yosemite. Is it Yosemite or Yosemite? I think it's Yosemite National Park. I've already seen the Statue of Liberty. Oh yeah, the Golden Gate Bridge. I'd like to see the Golden Gate Bridge at least once. I've seen. What else is there? Here we go. Let's look at the USA's 21 most popular landmarks. What do we have? Independence National Historical Park, Korean War Veterans Memorial, Yosemite National Park. I'd like to go there. Statue of Liberty. National World War II. San Francisco Maritime National Historical Park, Vietnam Veterans Memorial. I was about to say, I think I've been there, and I have Cape Cod, the Gulf Islands, Castle Clinton National Park, Chesapeake and Ohio Canal National Historical Park, the Grand Canyon. I want to go to the Grand Canyon. My dad went to the Grand Canyon once. He said he stood on the edge of the Grand Canyon. I don't know if that's 100% true. I'll take his word for it, but you know. I've seen the Lincoln Memorial like 3 times. There's a lot of parks. There's just parks all over the place. I like the Golden Gate Bridge. Alright, but yeah, that didn't really help, to be honest with you. But yeah, those are a couple places that I would like to see. A couple landmarks in like France and Italy and stuff like that. So yeah, those are a couple places. In the past I have traveled before, but I mean, I haven't really gone too far out. I mean, the farthest I've gone was the farthest like somebody else has taken me. You know what I mean? I myself haven't really driven anywhere. Hold on. Alright, whatever. He can fuck off. Anyway. Yeah, I haven't really gone anywhere. I mean, I didn't really want to start traveling until I got I don't want to say until I got my car, because obviously everybody wants to travel when they get their car, but like even then I was like, you know, I was in high school, so me traveling wasn't really, I don't know, man. I don't even care. Say what you want, alright? I'm not traveling right now. Not right now. I don't have the time. I don't feel like I have the freedom to do so. I feel like I have a bunch of other obligations that I need to take care of before I can just start fucking gallivanting across the map. Alright? There's a lot of stuff that I feel as though that I need to get through. School is definitely one of them. And if I'm going to travel, if I'm going to do anything, I don't want to have this pestering thought in the back of my head of like, you're out here right now and you're having a good time, but you're probably going to have to go back home soon because you still haven't done this yet. And that's an annoying thought to have. And I don't like dealing with that. I don't like having those thoughts because it's just not fun. It's not fun trying to relax or trying to step out of your comfort zone when your brain is just constantly reminding you of something that you still have to take care of and everything. So I'm not going to travel yet, all right? Eat my ass. Farthest place you've traveled will probably have to be Virginia. Any farther than that, I don't think so. I mean, I went down to Florida, but that was when I was 3, so I guess that counts. That's probably the farthest I went. I think I probably went to Trinidad and Tobago, maybe. No, I don't think I've ever went to Trinidad and Tobago. That was my older brother who went to Trinidad and Tobago. I never went. What else? Yeah, the farthest place I traveled was literally Virginia. I remember one time where this was a horrible fucking, this whole endeavor was terrible. No, there was the one time we went up to New York for a funeral. And we had to stay the night in this one hotel. And it was a 1-bedroom hotel. And it was me, my mom, my stepdad, my little brother. And my mom and my stepdad slept on the bed. And me and my little brother slept on the floor. That was stupid. See, Coco thinks it's stupid too. And then there was the second time we went for a funeral. Not back to back, but this was like many years later. And we went up to New York again for another funeral. And we rocked up there. And we had to stay at a family member's house. And then we were all going to ride there. And I don't want to say too much because it's a bit personal and everything like that, so I don't want to. Listen, if you're going to a funeral for someone you don't know or weren't close to, it's awkward. It's awkward when you're around a lot of people who obviously felt strongly about that person and love that person dearly and are clearly affected by their loss, and you aren't. It's awkward. Okay, it was so weird. It wasn't weird as in I don't want to be here, but it was one of those I feel like I shouldn't be here. It just feels like I shouldn't be here because I and it was a family member too, but I was never close with a family member, so I was just I don't know how to, I can't force it because that's just stupid. Prior to this, I can't remember why specifically, but the night before I didn't even sleep. It was either because I think it was too hot, and it was just the fact that I was just too tired. Or no, well, if that was the case, I would have went to bed, silly. But no, I think it was just too hot, and I just wasn't tired enough to go to bed. So I was just fuck it, I'll just wait until I fall asleep. I didn't. Great. And then I had to go to the funeral and wear some dress pants that were way too tight for me, so I had to wear those all day, which was great. What else happened? It was also on the day that I had to work. This was the same day that I had to work. And knowing me, I love it. I love when I'm doing something and I'm oh, this might take me all day, or this might cut into something that I don't want to do, which means it'll give me a legitimate excuse for not having to do it. No. I went an entire day without sleeping, went to a funeral, drove all the way back, and still had an hour and a half to get ready for work. The fact that listen, I hadn't slept, and I just got back from a funeral. I had pretty good reason to call in and go, hey, I can't come in. And for some stupid reason, I still went in. Money. That's not a stupid reason. I like money, all right? If there's any legitimate and decent chance that I have to make money, I'm going to make money. So that's what I did, and I went in there, and I can't remember what happened, but I said it was either hey, you don't look so good, or hey, I'm not going to do a lot today because I'm tired. And they were all right, are you all right? Is everything okay? And I was well, I did just get back from a funeral, and I've literally gone almost 24 hours with no sleep, and I haven't eaten anything. And I'm just having a horrible time. And they're just fair enough. Go home. So I did. And that was the worst place that I've traveled. New York was like the worst place that I traveled. It wasn't really New York specifically, but that was just like that was more or less the worst trip I've had. But I guess that would be classified as New York. What's the best place I've traveled? I went to Canada. I forgot Canada. How could I forget about Canada? I want to go to Canada. That's the place. Fuck Colorado. I want to go to Canada. I want to go to fucking Canada. Okay? That's the best place I've traveled. I went to fucking Niagara Falls when I was younger. I want to go to Canada. That's the best place. We're going to go with that one, boys. All right. So, that's, I don't fucking know, man. I can't think of a segue. Inspiration. We're going to talk about inspiration now. There are a lot of things that inspire me, to be fairly honest. There are a lot of different things that really make me think, like, you know, I want to do this. This is making me think about this, and I want to do that. It's a lot of different aspects, and there's a lot of different factors. One of the things that inspires me is BoJack Horseman, and I know what you're thinking, Ed. How can a depressing show about a horse who has alcoholism issues and daddy issues, due to the fact that his parents were literally pieces of shit? How could that inspire you? Well, my young people, BoJack Horseman is just a show where something is constantly happening. Like, it was the reason why I loved Ed, Edd n Eddy. Like, if I could live my life like Ed, Edd n Eddy, man, I fucking would. If I could step out of my house every day, link up with my friends, and just go, bro, what the fuck are we doing today? We're about to fucking set up a stand, and we're about to fucking... Here, come here. Take this tool, put different sized holes in the fucking sidewalk, and use sidewalk chalk and measure out the head sizes. And like with the tool that we used, you're gonna come over here when a customer walks by. We're gonna start the program, and you're gonna demonstrate the different head sizes in the holes in the sidewalk, and that's gonna be how we determine the head size of the hats. And we're gonna do that, and it's gonna be 25 cents for a hat, and we're just gonna charge people when they walk by. Bada bing. All right. And we do that. If it doesn't work, all right, boys, that didn't work. Let's try again tomorrow. What are we going to do tomorrow? We're going to make an entire fucking city out of Home Depot boxes, and we're going to run the stores ourselves, and whoever comes by, we're just going to try and scam them because it's the big city, and I just want to make money. I would love to do that. That would be amazing. Fuck me. Let's make a giant fucking pancake in the middle of the cul-de-sac and accidentally cook everyone alive. Let's fucking have like let's have a barbecue, except instead of a barbecue, we just feed people tires. I don't know what was up with them, but let's do that. Like, I don't know, man. It's just the idea of something constantly happening. So like when BoJack would like wake up and like, not when he would wake up and drink, but when he would wake up and he would go to like shoots or meetings, or when Todd would wake up and like something, he would just have like some shenanigans. No, you know who inspired me in BoJack Horseman? Princess Carolyn. Princess Carolyn is the best BoJack Horseman character, hands down. And if you disagree with me, you're wrong, and I hate you. I love Princess Carolyn. Okay, I'm so glad that like there were times where she would just be getting like beaten up, not literally, but life would just be kicking the shit out of her, and then she would just be like, this kind of sucks. But I'll tell you what though, I'm a fucking bounce back, and you know what? I respect that about Princess Carolyn, and that's why. If anything, she kind of inspired me because she was always doing something, and that's kind of why BoJack Horseman as a whole inspired me, just because it was like, I don't know, it just sort of, it was one of those shows that kind of low-key reminded you that life sucks, but at the same time, I don't know, just something was always going on, and I liked it, just because, like, there wasn't a dull moment in BoJack Horseman, and for me, I mean, I don't know, it would be, I don't know. It's hard to explain because I really don't want this to accidentally delve into like, oh, my life's boring and all that sort of stuff. And I don't want it to be like, oh, my life's boring, and then someone just come out of the world and go, then why don't you do something about it? And it's like, well, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. It's kind of why I'm like doing this whole thing. Like, it's kind of why I've got like a whole like scheduled list of like videos that I want to upload and record and everything like that. I'm not sticking to that schedule entirely, and I feel really bad for that, and I apologize, but I'm doing what I can. What used to inspire me? A lot of different things, to be fairly honest. There were a lot of different things that used to make me go, man, I want to do that. Fuck, what used to inspire me? A couple movies used to inspire me. Oh my god. I mean, obviously I can't remember what used to inspire me because it used to inspire me. I know, we're going to go with who? Matthias used to inspire me. Because at one point, that guy was just like, he was a fucking fountain of content, bro. Like, that dude, no, honestly, no, not even that. Like, the shit that my man is working with now, Team Edge, Lemonade, Wrecked, Get Good Gaming, Dope or Nope. Like, my man created a fucking franchise. He's running a full-on company, bro. He's making a lot of money. And he has a ton of employees. And those employees are off, like, doing what they want, man. They're making content, too. They've got, like, side vlog channels and everything like that. Like, it's crazy. Oh, yeah, they also have fucking, Battle Universe. Like, it's just like he has so many different fucking like side channels, bro. It is amazing. He used to inspire me, but now he's kind of just, hey, listen, I don't blame him. He's running like 6 channels. I don't think him specifically, but you know what I mean. Like, he's the founder of like 6 channels. He has 2 offices, like 2 buildings that are like filled to the brim with people who make content. He's fine. He can fucking, and he's writing a book. He's got a family. He's fine. He is living his life right now. I don't care. Matt can do whatever he wants, all right? But in the beginning, though, when he was talking about making all this stuff and doing all this stuff, and he was doing it all by himself, and he was like vlogging and doing like all these different video ideas, and he was doing these shorts, and he was making music, and he was reviewing stuff, and I was like, fuck, man, this dude just keeps on coming out with something. And it was just like, I need to be like this guy. And like, to a certain extent, it was him and it was Jacksepticeye. Jacksepticeye used to inspire me to a certain extent. He still kind of does, but not as much as he used to. I will say, though, because I remember talking about this a while back, where he used to inspire me. He was the reason why I got into doing YouTube and stuff like that, and, you know, branching off into streaming and everything. It wasn't even, you know, it was just it was a mixture between like Jacksepticeye and Matthias and who else? Who else did I used to watch that inspired me? I don't think it was a lot of people. It was just a lot of people that I just enjoy watching. But the people who inspire me now are Nerdcube. Nerdcube inspires me. Shouts out to Nerdcube. Jacksepticeye still kind of inspires me to a certain. Cheese Louise to a certain extent. I drank that way too fast. I drank that and then I started talking, so that didn't really help. But what else? Mamma mia! Somebody help me. Pizza Pie. Who inspires me now? It's more so just Nerdcube, to be honest. Just because, like, if there's anybody that I replicate my content after, it's him. It's him and his Jacksepticeye. And it's sort of Sips, too. But it's only because I like Sips. But does he inspire me? I mean, to a certain extent, yeah, he does inspire me. Just because, like, you can tell. There's a lot of, like in my Game Dev Tycoon video, you can kind of hear me. I'm not trying to sound like him. But I just, like, I don't know. I like the way that he, like, I like the way that he gets annoyed. Because he doesn't actually get annoyed. And, like, it's funny when he, like, you know, it's funny the way he gets annoyed. Because he doesn't, like, you know, fuck me. He doesn't actually get annoyed. Like he does sort of like that. Like, where he's just like, oh my god. I don't know. I can't, like, fully do it because my voice isn't that good. But, like, you know, he'll start, like, shouting. But he'll sort of, like, shout in a way that, like, still makes it funny. I don't know. It's hard to fucking explain. It's hard to explain. I don't particularly know how to explain it, but, like, he gets angry without getting angry, if that makes any sense. So, you know. The first time I got inspired to do something. The first time. Obviously, it had to have been times where I was, like, drawing and, like, you know. That had to have been the first time that I got inspired to do something. Was when, I pulled out a pencil and some paper and I started just doodling a whole heck of a bunch. And that was about it. Obviously the first significant time that I got inspired was when I made my YouTube channel, and then I decided to make my Twitch channel. But yeah, the first time that I got inspired had to have been when I was drawing, because like I said, back in like which episode was it? Back in the 4th episode where I was talking about drawing. I've been drawing since I was like a wee lad, you know? So that I've been drawing for like a long time, so that whole initial inspiration is like carried over to like now, where now I have like a fucking Huey on tablet and shit because I still want to draw. I don't even know. That's a whole other thing. Anyway, for my inspiration to change, like it would, I don't know, it would have to be somebody to come out and to not replicate my thoughts, but sort of say something or do something, and I'll look at it and go, yeah, I want to do that, or yeah, I like the way that person thinks, you know what I mean? Or somebody's coming out and if somebody's coming out and they're making decent content and they actually are showing effort and they keep talking about how they want to do more things and then they eventually do more things, like that's good. Like when Jacksepticeye came out with that teaser trailer for that weird movie, I guess. Sorry, I thought something was... Anyway. I like that. Like, that was, like, good on you, Jack, because you are taking your... You're taking your opportunities and the time and the money that you have, and you're putting it into something else. You're like, I want to make something else with this free time and the ability that I have right now, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. And I don't want to say I'm envious. I'm envious in a good way. I guess that's motivated. Like, I'm motivated to keep doing this, because if it means that I can get to a point where I can look at something and go, I want to do that, and I don't have to think about anything, I can just do it and be happy about it, and it comes out the way I want to because I have the components and the time and the money and everything like that. If I can do that, that's such a good fucking feeling. And I know that at the end of the day, Jack has to be feeling good about making that and being like, fuck, I can't believe this went from a thought to now this is actually a thing, a tangible thing that other people get to see. I'd love that. I want that so bad you don't understand. And that's, if anything, that's kind of what drives me now. Just the thought of, like, you know, being able to get to that point where I can make something or I can think of something. And when I think of something, I do a little concept. I show it to a couple of people and they go, yeah, this and that and this and that. And I come back and I keep tweaking and I make the final product and I produce the final product and everything like that. To a certain extent, that's merch for me at least. When I think of something and I make it and then I put it onto the merch store, I'm like, cool, that's something that I made. Like, I thought about that. I styled it out. I thought about how it would look. Boom, I put that up there. I like that. And now it's an actual thing. Like, where if somebody actually wanted to buy it, boom, there it is right there. And it's like, you know, if I don't know. If I get it, I feel like to a certain extent it'll be nice to see, like, people walking around with my merch on. You know? I doubt that's going to happen anytime soon, but it would be a nice thought. A man can dream. What does inspiration mean to me? Inspiration can mean a lot of different things. Like inspiration to me can mean something completely different to you. You know what I mean? So if you're like, hey, this person inspired me to get up in the morning. This person inspired me to lose weight. This person inspired me to speak up about something. Anything that gets you moving. Anything that gets you thinking about something that you want to do. Anything anything or anyone that says or does something, you go, you know what? I want to do that, or I want to say that, or I want to not act like that, but only if it's for like the better. If somebody or something inspires you to get up and go out and to fucking do your thing and to do the damn thing and to do it well, and like it inspires you to do more, and then you take that inspiration and you create something, that's what inspiration means. And that's got to be a good feeling. And I think that at the end of the day, if anything can inspire you, and you shouldn't feel like something specific has to inspire you. If you want to go out and you want to get inspired by a fucking soda can you saw on the street, like that soda can, he's living his best life right now. Nobody's telling him what to do. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have any plans. If he wants to sit there on the side of the road, he can. Get it? He can. I'm so funny. But yeah, like, if you want to get inspired by anything, you know, and you want to use it to leverage your like, you know, ability or your drive or anything like that. You're more than welcome to do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think inspiration means. Speaking of inspiration, video games. I don't know. I'll work on it. Fuck off. What makes a video game good? There's a lot of things. Okay, there's a lot of like fundamentals to a good video game. Okay, you have to think about the story. You have to think about the level design. You have to think about the characters. You have to think about the soundtrack. You have to think about the gameplay, replayability. You have to think. If it's behind a loyal dev team, that's a fucking good fundamental. If it's timeless, that's good. Like, some examples would have to be Bully, Portal 2, Undertale, Amnesia, Return of the Obra Dinn, Alien Isolation, The Last of Us, Katamari Damacy, Beat Cop, Game Dev Tycoon, But Detroit Become Human, GTA San Andreas, Wolfenstein, all those games. And there's plenty more. I know I've missed a ton. I already know that. You don't have to, you missed this game. You missed, what the fuck is that game called? It's oh my lord. It's that one, like, racing game with the clown. Oh no, I forget what it's called. Oh no. Oh fuck, what's it called? I forget what it's called. I'm gonna get yelled at. I genuinely forget what it's called. Fuck me. What's it called? I don't know. I want to look it up, but I don't know what it's called. I don't even know what to look up. It's like a demolition derby game. Hold on. Demolition derby game. Hold on. Not destruction derby. Did I have destruction derby? I can't remember. I'm gonna see if I can remember it. No, it's not here. I don't know. I can't think of it. Who knows? Well, I'm sure other people know. But yeah, Bully had a lot of that. Bully had good story, good level design, good characters, good soundtrack, good gameplay, good replayability. Rockstar did it pretty well, and it is a very timeless game. I can play that fucking game any goddamn time I want, and that will still hold up to like one of the greatest games I've ever played in my entire life. And a lot of people will agree with me. Portal 2 is one of them. I love the story. I love the design of the levels. I love Gladys. I love Wheatley. I love the fucking different, what were they called? Something cores. Oh my lord, I haven't played that game in a while. The soundtrack is good. I'll replay that game all, like, until the cows come home. Like, you get the idea. Like, all these games are timeless, and they've got replayability and everything like that. Like, they've got wonderful characters and a good story and soundtrack and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, I really like these games. And I obviously like these games for good reason, and there's a reason why these games are, like, really good, and there's a reason why, you know, everybody looks at these games and goes, yeah, I agree with you, these games are really good. Like The Last of Us, I can say a lot of people and their grandmother are like, The Last of Us is a really good game. Beat Cop is a really good game, too. I love the story, I love the characters, you know, the gameplay, it's got replayability. It has replayability. Like, the fact that I failed one aspect of that game and went back and did a completely different aspect of that game, I should have did that with Papers, Please. I might do that with Papers, Please. I'm not going to lie to you. But, I might do that, Papers, Please. I don't know. Anyway. But, yeah, that's good replayability. Story, level design. What else? Katamari Damacy. I don't have to tell you about Katamari Damacy. You just got to see you play it. It's a fucking phenomenal game. And I listen, like, that's a timeless game too. I mean, honestly, that's definitely a timeless game, because I feel as though that, like, it's one of those games where, like, it doesn't seem dated. Like, nothing about it seems dated. You know what I mean? Like, Bully, you can tell. I don't want to say Bully, you can tell is dated, but, like, I don't know. Honestly, none of these games are really, like, dated, to be honest. I mean, The Last of Us. I mean, no. None of these are dated. They're all timeless games. What am I talking about? Like, these are all fucking fantastic games. I guess it's just, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. That was weird. Anyway, ignore that. That was weird. But yeah. I don't know why I decided to put dated in like a fucking in my one of the. Never mind. That was weird. Anywho, why should a game be good? Because I don't understand why this is even a question, but it has to be a question because a lot of game developers nowadays will just make like shitty games and will just throw them out there, and people will still buy them, and people will buy them and say that they're shitty, but they still bought them. Like, if people were saying, oh, this game is shitty, I'm not going to buy it, then that would be more of an impact. But it's the fact that a lot of game companies have learned that there are just a lot of sheep in the world, and they will just put a bunch of shit onto a disc or put a bunch of shit onto a computer and go, all right, this is the game, and people will buy it and go, you know what, I can see some good aspects of this game. And I respect that, because there's a lot of people that say that about Fallout 76, even though Todd just hates his fucking customers for some reason. I don't get why, but Todd just fucking will just put out a terrible, terrible game, and people will still buy it and go, you know what, it's a pretty good game. Todd, damn it, Todd, you did it again. God, Todd, how does he do it? I don't get it, man. Todd, you gotta calm down, okay, with another 5-star game in the bag. Todd, I don't know what's up with that. Listen, again, as long as you're happy, I've said this before, as long as you're happy, I don't give a shit what you're playing. I will tell you that this game is bad based off of a lot of different factors on why the game is bad. But if you're looking at me going, I don't care, I want to play this game, it's like, all right, that's fine. I can't be mad at you because as long as you're having a good time, then there's nothing I can say. I have no right, I have no reason, I have no authority to come up to you and look at you in the eyes and go, you shouldn't play this game, it's because it's bad. And the longer you play this game, I'm going to be mad at you. I'm going to be mad at you because you play this game and I don't want you to. That's stupid. You're a grown man. Even if you're not a grown man, it doesn't matter. Play the game. Fuck off. Fucking off. I'm talking to myself. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, I feel as though that even regardless though, I don't really think it's fair if I have to spend my hard-earned money on a video game that's shit, and then I'm just supposed to be okay with that. I don't really think that that's fair. I think games should actually have like a decent amount of thought put into it. I feel as though the developers actually need to sit down and think about like what they're making, what they're putting into the game, how they're making it. You know what I mean? Like looking at the final product and going, is this something that we are really comfortable with putting out to the public and letting the public see for their own eyes? Do we want the public to, do we want to release an unfinished game and have the public criticize us, rightfully so, or do we actually want to show the public that we know how to make a decent game? 9 times out of 10, they're going to be like, it doesn't matter, I want to make money. We're just going to charge people a shit ton of money for like a bunch of different DLC parts. You know, we're going to have like memberships for the game and all that sort of stuff. That's kind of what it is now. Like, no one's buying a fully priced game and playing a fully priced game. You're buying a fully priced beta, and then you're paying for the rest of the game's fundamentals so that it can actually turn into a finished game, and that's essentially it, which I think is stupid, and I don't think that is fair. But I mean, listen, that's business. It's what makes the world go around, boys. There's nothing you can really do about that. So it doesn't even matter. Anyway, but I mean, there's still some good game developers out there. You know, there's still some good game developers like Double Fine, Devolver Digital, Rockstar, Valve, Sega, Naughty Dog, Capcom, Namco, Insomniac, Konami, ID Software, Maxis, THQ, Activision. All of those game companies, some old, some new, some made like one game, some made a bunch of different games. But they're still very decent and very thoughtful game developers who made a decent game or a bunch of decent games and you know, there's a lot of indie developers out there. I feel like that's kind of why everybody's leaning more towards indie developers, mainly because the indie developers are putting a lot of like thought and time and devotion into these games, and I think that though that's necessary instead of these like, you know, fat cat you know, game companies who are just sort of like shitting out these like terrible games, but like, but it doesn't really hurt them because they're still making a shit ton of money because they're still going to get like buys and they're still going to release like DLC. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of the main reason why Todd isn't really too bothered by the fact that everybody's coming out and saying, hey, Todd, Fallout 76, and all of the marketing behind it was dog shit, because Todd's like, fuck you, I'm making like $1 million every time I blink because you morons are buying the game that you keep saying is bad. And I don't even have to look. I know there's people who bought the membership. I know there are. I know there's one fucking wackadoo who bought the $100 membership. Because if they didn't, they wouldn't say, oh, if you buy the membership, you get like a free server and everything like that. Although, psych, you don't know. You get like your own private server. Psych, you don't actually get a private server. It's not actually a private server, which means people bought it. People got like scammed, said that they weren't going to get scammed again, fell for it and got scammed anyway. And if you're looking at this and you're going, oh, this Fallout 76 still isn't a bad game, it's like, man. Todd must be coming into your house every day and putting a gun to your head and making you play that game. Because I don't know how anybody can fucking sit here and say that Todd is doing good or Fallout 76 is an actual like masterpiece. If you're saying that, even if you're saying, oh, Fallout 76 has a couple bugs here and there, but it's still a very decent and well-made game, it's a Fallout 4 port. It's a Fallout 4 port with God rays. Nothing new has been added. The game was made without NPCs, for fuck's sake. It wasn't even finished. There were glitches and bugs all over the place. There's still glitches and bugs. Never mind, man. I don't know. Forget it. It doesn't matter. Play the game. Be happy. Waste your money. Spend your money. Spend your money however you want. Alright, who cares? I'm not your dad. I'm not your mom. Doesn't matter. Fuck it. Whatever. Do what you want. On that note, I'm going to end this one here. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode because I certainly enjoy making it. If you want to catch more content like this, be sure to like the video and subscribe. And I'll definitely catch you guys, in the next one.